Man, what a cool song. Did I unmute? Oh, good. Oh, man. Let's do this. Yo, impromptu stream. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good time. We go ahead and pause our music here. We'll come back to that when we're doing some thumbnail stuff. For the moment, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close out of our Photoshop here. We'll go ahead and save. Why the Lone Ranger get up in the intro? Why not? Pretty simple. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get our. Have you ever watched my videos? Because that's kind of technically the same intro in those videos too. Oh man. All right, so we're going to Steam. Great, nice. So I am editing episodes 41, 42, 43 all together. I did it as one big recording, and that's gonna be wild. Been wondering. So I actually I actually did. It's even more cringe than that, believe it or not. The original, I wonder if I have it here, I can bring it up. The original that I did had several different characters, and I settled on the idea that this was probably the best one. I'm gonna be like a horrible sweaty mess, because I'm nervous. I've never done anything like this before. Should be a good time though. I basically just wanted a way that I could hang out with you guys and also get some work done on the One Piece series as well. So if I go through YouTube assets, right? No, it's in recordings. Nope. Yep. All right, so we have our YouTube. Yo, I'll show you with the green screen. Think of what could have been. Gingerbeard Spartan. Although, to be fair, the picture that I took from this is the one that I use with the whole Become King kind of lettering and everything. It just looks different in color. Okay. That's enough of me. We're here for One Piece. Let's see. You can restore. That's right. So the biggest issue that I'm going to have trying to record this, and probably why I'm live streaming so I can keep some semblance of sanity here, is my streaming software keeps closing. Or not streaming software, I'm sorry, my editing software. It keeps closing on me. So it takes, like, how long is this? This is like 1 hour and 16 minutes of video. This will probably take me about 4 hours to edit. And me being a procrastinator, this is tomorrow's video. So I should probably get going on that. So I thought, why not stream part of the process? I'm not going to do the whole thing because that would just be wild. I'm going to spend a lot more time doing thumbnails and stuff, but this will just kind of keep it interesting for right now. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have a way to kind of connect with the community beyond just comments and things like that. It also kind of lets you guys know where I'm at with this whole process. And, you know, we can, like, treat each other like real people. And, yeah, it'd be fun. So, I've got this big honkin' video with a big honkin' intro. And I think the thing I'm most nervous about is I'm basically giving you guys a glimpse of what I'm like unedited. And I'm already kind of scatterbrained when I actually am playing videos or recording and stuff. This reaction of the One Piece anime today is going to be a little special. It is. It's going to be very special. Let me make sure I have all of this great. I don't know how to turn off sub-only mode. I don't know how I ended up doing that. It shouldn't be too bad. Like, it's basically just... This is mostly just for you guys in the community anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think, like, the parameters are, like, you have to have been subscribed for 10 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, how's everybody's weekend going, by the way? This is pretty much what I have to look forward to. If you want a quick progress update, I am on... I'll drag it over here. I know it's not final vids. OP, there we go. So, I'm currently all the way up to episode 49. And when I walked in the bathroom, I had some, like, messed up hair. I think I was doing one of these numbers. So I'm going to click on this really quick. It's just the camera. We'll see if I screwed up my hair at the end of the video. This could be really funny. Nope. All right, we're good. Nailed it. Oh man. Yeah, so this should be a good time. I probably in the future I won't be doing actual editing of a video because I will be really honest, this is the part that I least enjoy about the whole experience. I love the recording part. That part's easy. It's the sitting down and it's like, okay, let's make sure we do our best to pass the copyright checks. We have scene changes, zoom ins, scroll all the way around until you find like a part of the subtitles so what you say makes sense. It's a bit of a beast. But the thumbnail, like making thumbnails and stuff, that part's cool. That's just like chilling and doing graphic art and design and stuff. I love that. So I've got some tunes that we can listen to while we do that. But first I got to listen to myself. This reaction of the One Piece anime today is going to be a little special. Okay, so we got that. It's going to be a little special. Great. I haven't done this since episode 1, 2, and 3 reaction. I'm going to be reacting to the next 3 episodes all together for all of you to enjoy as we wrap up the Arlong Park arc. I am going to be so glad to never have to say that again. This is super meta. It's really, I don't know. What was I thinking? This is kind of a weird idea. But like I said, I just wanted a way to kind of hang out with you guys. If any of you just wanted to chat, comment, see where I'm at with everything. I am going to be so glad to never have to say that again. Let's cut it right there, because that laugh that I do is, it'll scare children. And, you know, not that that's a big deal. I mean, they don't need to be watching, but, you know. So with episodes 40, so then we just do, boom, big old cut right there. Here's the scary part. This has actually been, like I said, crashing on me at just random intervals. So I'm quite literally going to have to save crawl my way through editing this video. So it's going to go something like this. We're going to save as, go down here, OP 40, no, 41, there we go. All right, so every time I do that, I have to Control S so I can save my progress. I think the last episode that went up, episode 40, I must have crashed like 25 times, and it was just, I think it was like a 25-minute raw video capture, and it must have taken me like 2 hours to edit through it just because of all the crashing and things like that. So I'm hoping that it works okay today, but there is a chance that it crashes, and if it does it a bunch, we're just gonna shift gears and do our thumbnail stuff, and I'll just stay up until Dark 30 to get the next video out for you guys. 42 and 43. If I read the titles and the little synopsis,
do you see this?
Oh my gosh, voice, thanks. This should put us right after the fight. So this is what I look like unedited. This is what brain fog does to a person. But there's also just the element of like performance anxiety. Does that make sense? Because I bet you anything, if you listen to me while I'm live streaming here, I'll probably sound a lot more coherent than I do when I'm recording. It's just because I'm nervous, and I don't know why I'm nervous. I think it's because I know people will actually watch this as opposed to me just being on a live stream. Maybe that's what it is. Look at that. Look at that face. To never have to say that again. So with episodes 41, 42, and 43, cut. Boom. We splice it there, and we come back, and you wouldn't even know that I was super awkward. I'll just be regular awkward. If I read the titles and the little synopsis correctly, oh my gosh, voice, thanks. If I read the titles and the worst part about editing, and you know, it's so funny. Here's the really funny thing. You want the real rub. So I started a gaming channel. Like if I bring up my YouTube channel here, I'll show you the stuff that you don't get to see when you go to my channel. I think I was looking on one of the videos that I had, and when I brought it up, the TubeBuddy that I have for the add-on had told me I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. So like, check this out. So like, here's all the One Piece stuff that you're used to seeing. That's great. So I think now we filter for visibility, and we'll bring in all of our unlisted. It's gonna take a while. But yeah, I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Isn't that wild? The only ones that you can see, I think there's 39 videos. Okay, apparently there's so much here that YouTube doesn't want to show at all. Oh, here we go, here we go. Yeah, so I had like full Assassin's Creed Let's Plays. I was a big like Let's Play gamer, if you didn't know. And so I'm kind of used to making videos that were like, well, first off, I was used to making videos that didn't get any views. Like, what's this, 19 views, 57? Ooh, 31 there, right? So I'm used to doing kind of shorter videos. Usually I set a timer for myself like 30 minutes. And then I go ahead and I do these videos. So I'm used to kind of like editing shorter videos and working through things. And so going and doing One Piece and doing like a recording session that's like an hour and a half versus like 30 minutes, I feel like my focus start to go. It's never my interest level. I'm always interested in what I'm watching, but sometimes I'll just like, and I'm sure you can see this, those of you that just really pay attention to me during those reactions, like my eyes will start to cross, and it's and it's like I gotta get up and do something, and I've never really experienced that with the gaming side of thing, but that's crazy. Like, so there's like a whole hidden history of Noxiddar videos here, and so I also didn't use face cam a lot, and I think that makes me kind of nervous in my videos too. But yeah, it's so weird because I have like a big theater background. I'm not terrified of being judged per se. It's the wildest thing. I don't know what it is, but there's like there's some form of performance anxiety. And so when I do my recordings, I'm always like there's long pauses, and I don't know. It's just kind of weird. No reason to worry about being judged. Ishinobi did a cosplay for a channel goal, and even though it would be embarrassing, he owned it. It was great. Yeah, that's so cool. I have a lot of respect for a lot of the especially a lot of the reaction channels that have let's say Ishinobi, Ishinobi. Yeah. Um for a lot of these more established reaction channels, because man, I'm so new to this. It's such a different world for me, stepping into it and stuff. I'd never done reactions before all this. All right, let's get this going so we can actually get to the fun stuff. Pronounce this correctly. Oh my gosh, voice, thanks. Cool, we'll cut it right there. Perfect. Oh, make sure to save. I gotta gamify editing my own videos. Doing great, thanks. I haven't collapsed in a heap yet, but I do feel like I'm melting like a stick of butter. This should put us right after the fight with Arlong and Luffy. And oh, I know. I was trying to make a point earlier and I didn't make it. So basically I've always kind of had this like entertainer's presence and everything, and then getting into the reaction thing, which is outside of my wheelhouse. I over explain things because I'm nervous. That's why I have like these super long intros versus like more established channels that people are used to, where it seems like they just kind of get to what they're doing. Even right now, that nervousness is making me just like over explain things. And it's so funny watching these comments of like people when I'm doing the reaction things, and they're always they're always saying things like, "Man, this guy must have ate the yap yap fruit." That one cracked me up. Or like, "You talk too much." I saw that one a lot too, and it's so funny to me because if you go through a lot of like the gameplay videos and things like that, I feel like my commentary is more succinct, more precise, and it's usually just more of like comedy and stuff like that. So I don't know. The first video I ever did with a face cam, I was so nervous, just like I am now. This should put us right after. So let's get through this part so we can actually get to the reaction. But oh my gosh, voice, thanks. This should put us. Oh my gosh. Well, I promise you I'm not gonna edit like for hours and hours. I thought I would do this because it would speed up the process, but I think I'm just so nervous that it's gonna end up like making the process longer, to be honest. How you doing today, Michael? Doing great. Should put us right after the fight with Arlong and Luffy. See, if I cut it right there, you wouldn't even know that I was doing all that weird stuff earlier. Which really means everything after that is kind of going to be unfamiliar territory. That's the part that I watched up to. So I just finished recording episode 49 earlier today, and it's so funny. I think in every single video that I've done since this point, probably even the one before that, has been about we're going beyond what we've seen in the live action. Then something will crop up and I'll be like, After this, we're going beyond what we've seen in the live action. So it's been kind of funny. Just chilling? Yeah, dude. Me too. I'm going to try. Which really means everything after that is kind of going to be unfamiliar territory. Yeah, we'll keep that. And so I always wonder, like, when people see that I put out a 15 to 30-minute video or something like that, if they understand that, like, hours go into making it, you know? And not even, like, hours of hard work. It's just hours of work. It's not, like, it's not that hard to just cut and paste right here, but... Oh, shoot. Except watch me make it difficult. Like, from here to here. No. From here to here. I totally forgot what I was doing here. And we're gonna mute this so that it's just the camera. There we go. Where do I stop talking at? Episode 41, which starts right now. All right, so we'll cut right there. We'll save that, and then we'll just do this. Then we only have to do it one time. There we go. So, yeah, I don't really have any particular style or form or flow, but if anyone is ever interested in, like, how to do the reaction things, I'm sure people out there make better content, but on, like, how to do it. I mostly just chop things up, and I try to provide a little bit of context to whatever the commentary is that I said. And sometimes I notice there will be people that are like, oh man, you didn't show X thing or Y thing. And it's probably because I enjoyed it so much I forgot to talk during it, is more than likely. I mean, because if you look past the intro, it's a lot of just empty space here where I just say a few things. Oh, I paused there. Guaranteed. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a beast. I hope I get this video out in time. All right. It's gonna be unfamiliar territory. That's the part that I watched. Oh my gosh, I hope my computer can handle this. That is kind of gonna be unfamiliar. All right, so we'll cut that. I try to keep out. You know, when I first started, I didn't know what to keep in when I was making videos. And now I just try to get rid of all these weird pauses that I make, because that does, over time, really just make a video a lot longer. What do I think of One Piece so far? I'll tell you what, I'll give you like a sneak peek of what I think of One Piece so far, because I actually just said it in the last recording that I did. So I'll just bring up the cam. So let me see if I can find towards the end here. You know what's awesome about this? There's no volume. So let me try it on here. No idea what's gonna happen with that. You know, it was balanced. He knew exactly what he wanted because of years of training. So much better to come out with trajectory, no matter what. Yeah. All right. So, like, probably from right around here. Let me try this. Hope I don't derail you too. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, isn't it? I'm such a procrastinator, which makes this awful. What do you, now that I have people here, what do you guys think about my AI crew? I'm thinking I should do like a Luffy, but the program that I use doesn't, the only Luffy that it has is like Gear 5. And I feel like that would be kind of weird putting that in this early in the reaction series. So I could do kind of what I did with Usopp and just like custom make elements and try to make a Luffy, but I don't know. I kind of like what we have here, to be quite honest. All right, here we go. So these are kind of like where I'm thinking with like the overall One Piece like storytelling from you know, from my perspective as a storyteller. That, you know, said so much to him. I'll turn this up a little bit. There's so much there to get excited about And it's so funny to me because in these moments, not a lot is happening, but a lot of things are building at the same time. It's again, always talk about how Oda uses
Oh, I'm in the way.
opposites and his way of comparison. Compare, I'm making up words. Comparing to effectively reach the same ultimate trajectory, no matter whether something is or isn't, and to see that, sometimes that's done, I notice, with it could be the attitude of a scene versus, from the anime's perspective, like the music seems a little mismatched, but it kind of just harmonizes. This idea of harmony and harmonizing is, very, very Eastern influence. uh, and to see it just so masterfully told, I mean, it really does seem like it's not just a story being told, it's almost like its own mythology. And I know that that's something that I really glommed onto with like Dragon Ball Z. Is I love the like legendary mythology that kind of culminated from all of these episodes tying together, and I'm starting to see the semblance of that. Or not even starting. I'm just enjoying the production of constructing a mythology right before my very eyes, because I mentioned that in another video where usually with storytelling you have to see almost a completed project to be able to step back and appreciate it. But the way that the One Piece story constructs itself is you can really see things being built right in front of you, brick by brick. um, and this is so fascinating and just fun to watch. And like I said, it's rather unexpected because I have no idea what's going to happen next. Before I might not have known what was happening next, but I knew where ultimately we were going. Because again, watching the One Piece live action was like seeing the world from 30,000 feet, like just way up in the air. And so I kind of knew where A started and where Z was going to end up at, roughly. And that's kind of how it was working through the anime, where now I'm kind of on the ground level and I'm seeing so much more stuff than I was way up there at 30,000 feet. Here I am at 3 feet below sea level, and to just kind of have those extra moments with these characters is so fulfilling. But now we've reached a point beyond where I could see from 30,000 feet. And here I am back down at ground level. And it is just like and it's almost like everywhere I look, whatever I'm taking in, it's new and exciting and it's fun. And this is the part that I've really been waiting for and hoping to get to, sometime before I die. um, Especially sometime before season two, is to be able to kind of take in these new elements of the story and almost be able to. Dude, in my head, I was like, that's really dark. Remember to edit that out. Kind of imagine what that would be like in a live action. And that, I think, is going to be the fun part, is seeing where my imagination ultimately arrives at when we do get our first look at season two of the One Piece live action. But for now, I'm just enjoying the story, the world building, the lore, the characterizations, and just everything. Everything's just, it's incredible. There you go. That's pretty much. I mean, I actually just finished recording that about 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. I mean, oh, you know what? That's why it looks so weird. Get some light on in here. So that's pretty much how I feel about One Piece right now. Is I feel really glad that I took the opportunity to watch the live action and really focus on that first. It's the one thing that I've really hated about talking about all these episodes leading up to this point where now everything is new and I haven't seen it before and I don't know where the story's going, is everything that I said always had to come with like a weird asterisk, because I guess I could have just lied and said it was my first time watching the anime, but it wasn't. But then it got complicated trying to explain why it wasn't the first time watching the anime. It's like, well, I watched it, but I didn't watch it because it was on another monitor over here while I was editing the thousands of gameplay videos that you can't see, but I know exist. Or I had it on in the TV over there. And maybe sometimes when I would get tired, I'd go sit down, I'd watch like maybe one episode, but then I'd come back and do something else, or I'd turn it off. And I was watching it in an English dub, and there's like a million different reasons why I had to like over explain why this really was kind of a fresh take on experiencing the anime, but at the same time it wasn't the freshest take. It was so weird. I'm so glad we're beyond that. Now I can just say, oh, I've never seen this before, and it's a much simpler explanation. So yeah, trying to compare things where I really do feel like the live action was my first experience with One Piece. When I started watching the English dub, and I've had some people come at me for this opinion. I don't know. I don't really know why. Because I've never made like a judgment on the quality of it. What I found to be the case was when I watched the English dub of One Piece, I found it kind of distracting because I wasn't thinking about the characters as they are. I was thinking, where did I hear that voice actor from? And it was taking me out of the experience. And I'm so glad that when I decided to sit down and do the reaction to go back to the original Japanese, partly for the experiences that I've had in life, but also partly so I could kind of experience characters as they are and not what they sounded like, what that was reminding me of, and constantly pulling me out of the story. And so, yeah, I'm definitely digging it though. All right. Whew, I thought we crashed there for a second. Of gonna be unfamiliar territory. That's the part that I watched up to in the background with the English dub. And like I said, for one reason or another, I didn't really pay too close attention to it. I started using it. It's like I've got to qualify that, yeah, this kind of was going on in the background. But to be fair, the reason why I justify it and I make these justifications is because I didn't want to watch One Piece when it was on. I was hyped up about the live action trailer and even the live action teaser. I've always kind of been like, this show looks like it's going to be so much fun. And so the first thing I did was I sought out other people's reactions to it. And the other people that are reacting to the One Piece trailers for the live action at the time were One Piece creators. And so you kind of listen to some of the other videos they have, especially when they're on topic about the live action. And the thing is because they didn't have a script in front of them, they didn't know how far the show would go, they started getting like really free and loose with like, well, this is where I think the series will end in season 1, and here are all the events that start taking place. That could be a season 2, and then they could do a season 3 of this. And before I knew it, like they were just like going wild with spoilers, and there's no like, heads up for potential new audience or anything. And I'm like, I've got to stop watching One Piece creators. These people are really cool, but at the same time, they're kind of like killing the experience for me. And I know it's an adventure I want to go on. And so it seemed to me like if I was going to be spoiled by anything that happens in One Piece, I'd rather be spoiled by One Piece itself and not hearing it secondhand from a One Piece creator. So that's kind of why I had the English dub on in the background and stuff. So I could not watch it, but I could kind of hear a little bit of it. And then I found that part distracting too. So that's why I feel like I have to qualify every single time. Is I basically just did it so I was avoiding spoilers and, not listening to the trailer on repeat for 24/7. But yeah, hopefully this is the last time I really have to explain that. Or another, I didn't really pay too close attention to it. I started using it as an escape from watching other One Piece content creators as I was getting hyped up for the live action, because for another, I didn't really pay. Why am I even live streaming? I could just hit play. I'm explaining things, and then you're hearing them in the video. This is great. Pay too close attention to it. I started using it as an escape. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn this back down. So that's kind of loud. I apologize. Negative 15.6. Close enough. From watching other One Piece creators as I was getting hyped up for the live action, because like I said,
I'd be terrible dubbing myself
with spoilers beyond what season 1 would probably encompass, and I was like, I'm not really comfortable with like learning about this stuff, because I also just don't want to be spoiled when I see the One Piece live action. So it kind of just became like a way to immerse myself in the One Piece universe without actually really giving it my full attention. The sad thing is I explained that way better in the video than I did here on live and in person. Oh, goodness. So, that being said, I have really been enjoying going over these episodes and watching them in their original Japanese, just because the way that it kind of relates back to my experiences. I will tell you this now so that you're not shocked, because I think a lot of people would be upset when this happens. Unfortunately, because I've watched a lot of One Piece reactions to the live action, and I specifically go out of my way to make sure that the reactions that I watch are from new One Piece viewers, people that don't know anything about One Piece, and then I avoid the comments and that. So for me, that's been pretty enjoyable. Like, I think I just wrapped up Halo and Kiss, their reaction to it. That was pretty good. I'm waiting for more episodes from like Spartan and Pudgy. Let's see. But unfortunately, watching even just reactions of One Piece live action from people that don't know anything about One Piece, for whatever reason, the algorithm is still recommending people that are reacting to the latest episodes. And call me like old-fashioned, but I don't like to spoil things, especially spoiling things in thumbnails. And you'll kind of see that when I get to thumbnail creation. But actually, I had a moment ruined in the YouTube Shorts, because the YouTube Shorts would autoplay, and even the thumbnail for it was just a spoiler. So basically, a character I haven't even met yet, I got to see their death scene. So that was cool. I don't even know how I feel about the character. Now I definitely don't even know how I feel about watching them die. So thanks for whatever dickhead put that on YouTube Shorts, so they could get a few free million views. Oh man. So that's probably the worst of it, to be honest. After that, I think I did figure out how to turn off autoplay. So like, unless it's specifically in a thumbnail and I'm seeing it on the homepage, I tend to not have the homepage up very much. Usually now I just go straight to my my YouTube studio. But yeah, I've learned my lesson there. And to be fair, like, I don't really hold it against anybody. I mean, the story's 25 years old, and it's really my fault for coming to it in 2023, you know? There's a few dead people. It's true. Yep. So you'll probably hear that story again when we get there. The one thing I do know, or that, well, I know that I don't know, is what episode it happens in. So because I don't know that, I'm hoping that it's like far enough in the future that, not that I'll forget that it happened, but that I'll forget that I'm waiting for it to happen. You know what I mean? So, that being said, like, it's like I'm trying to move myself along here. That being said, You know what's crazy is we made all these edits and we're not even 2 minutes into an hour and 60-minute video. Ugh. Being said, I have really been enjoying going over these episodes and watching them in their original Japanese. I'm just going to cut it right there because when I tried to explain it, you ever see that video? I'll see if I can find it. There's like that meme video of that kid where he's like, you ever had a dream or something like that? This is honestly how I feel I'm reacting. Is this kid right here?
You could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
I swear to that is what it's like editing my videos. Hey, what's up, Matthew? It's so good to see you, man. That right there is like, that's my commentary, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I should. I'll let somebody more talented than me do that. I'm watching it 2 times speed to catch up. Let's go. Oh my gosh. All right, listen to this. Just because it, you ever had that it kind of relates back to my experience. A dream that Japan for 4 years has been so satisfying. Just from the smallest things, like it's literally how I feel watching myself. And so I kind of went over this. It comes down to like a weird performance anxiety. I've got these bright lights staring at me, and I'd probably sound a lot more, I don't know, lucid if I just recorded things live, because I think I'm a little bit better at articulating myself. And I don't know why when I get to the recordings I just slip into like a William Shatner kind of mentality where I have to put long pauses between things. That's a great pause face, by the way. Japanese, just because it. So yeah, we're gonna cut this part out. The way that it has been so satisfying, just from the smallest things, like the inflection in a character's voice. Let's pick it up from here because it sounds like my battery started working better again. That's what it is. I probably just need new batteries. Never go full Shatner. I've tried not to. Japanese, the smallest things, like the inflection in a character's voice, might just take me back to a moment. Stories like the one. Let me add just a little bit of a pause there. The smallest things, there we go. The inflection. And so it's really funny when I read through like all the comments from reaction to episode like 1, 2, 3. And I talked a lot. I was kind of nervous and I wasn't sure what I was supposed to talk about because I didn't watch anybody else react to this. So, and I also just felt like there were a lot of thoughts I had to get out of the way so I could enjoy what I was seeing. And it was just really funny. The kind of comments that people come up with, like for example, one of the criticisms was I would be doing like a zoom in, and wait, where is it? Yeah, and so like people could see the video up right here, right? And so as I'm zooming in, they could see the episode still playing, and they'd be like, "You're missing everything," because I'm like looking at the camera. But if I do the same cut and I do it like this and I zoom in, they have no idea that the episode is running and I'm missing things. And so it was one of those things where it's like, I got to get better at editing. I think that's really what it is, because I guarantee you when I watch other people's reactions, their videos are still playing when they're talking. So the whole experience with reacting has been really interesting. in a character's voice might just take me back to a moment. You heard stories like the one I just told recently with a student called Big Mac, and it's been such a rewarding experience so far. And I wanted to do something special to because I know a lot of people have been kind of waiting for me to reach this point where
There
we
you
kind
go.
of get a little bit beyond the scope of the live action season 1. And while not every scene will be covered through these 3 episodes, there will still be maybe a couple, like the barrel scene for one, should be beyond these episodes. For the most part, everything will be really new. And this is honestly, I'm excited. I want to get to this. So we're doing it. Mega reaction time. 3 episodes starting with episode 41, which starts right now. Good timing on that. Good timing on that. Yeah. So if I end up doing future streams like this, I just want you guys to know I will not be editing on stream again. It's too time consuming, to be honest. It's time consuming even when I'm not streaming myself doing it. But I think we'll go a little bit into the reaction. Then I'm going to save that for doing that myself this evening. And we'll use the rest of our time just jamming out to some music and picking out cool moments from the episodes that I've reacted to. And we'll make some cool thumbnails. And I'll kind of walk you through that process because I really think that part's like where I have the most, not, I wouldn't say the most fun. Watching the show is the most fun. But when it comes to actually making it into content, it's my favorite thing to do. And so we'll present some options here. I'll show them on the webcam and stuff. You guys can help me pick out, I don't know, kind of like my avatar that I keep putting over on the side, and I'll show you how I do that, what app I use, things like that. Okay, so let me get my bearings right here. So we've got like the like these villagers, like they never change facial expressions at all. It's so cool. I think I point that out like 6 times. Okay, so Zoro's down. Sanji's tired. Arlong's standing over them. Let me see what my first commentary is. So if you really want to know what my editing style is, I've got this down really low, you know, for copyright reasons and stuff, but also just I think it makes for a little bit of a better mix if I'm louder than the show that you're watching me react to. So I kind of use my own voice as an indicator to see what I'm listening to, what my reaction should be, and then I work backwards from that and try to provide context to it. So there could be some really good stuff right here, and it just might not make it into the YouTube video, not because I want to heavily curate that. It's literally just to provide enough context so that whatever I'm saying makes sense. And I try to keep as much of whatever I'm saying in so that you're getting a full reaction, which is why I always thought people that recommended that I do my full uncut reaction and put that on Patreon. Let me show you what a full uncut reaction would be. It would be this. Is there a full screen thing? Nope. It would just be this. I'm gonna mute this for a second for the copyright reason. There it is. That would be an uncut reaction. This. My eyes go wide a few times. And so I always thought that was kind of weird. Like, it seems also just, I don't know, maybe I don't want to speak too bad on it. Maybe someday I'll have a Patreon, but right now, not being established at all, it doesn't seem like I would be offering anybody any value, especially if it was behind a paywall. Why would I put content where it's just my eyebrows going wide to go behind a paywall when I could just keep all the parts where I talk in? All right, let me see what I say here. See, at least they tried in this one. In the live action, it just kind of made it seem like they rolled over and just took it. Okay, I think I'm talking about the villagers there. So probably, yeah, right here from this section. Oh, Arlong. My bit rate is lower. Okay. This is the next challenge. I can't read those subtitles. This is also what takes it forever for me to edit anything. I can kind of read that, but I also kind of can't. I don't know if I can make that bigger. Oh, good. Okay. To be fair, this is also at 640 by 360 by 32. Although I think this is 1006. Yeah, so I'm not looking at it at the 1440p that you'll ultimately be able to see it at. Okay. I like that. You never learn right there. We'll start from there. Look at the subtitle. Subtitle is kind of my next visual cue, my marker right there. We'll cut, we'll save, we'll close that out. We'll move it over, and let's see how it kind of flows together. Which starts right now. There we go. Editing. That's how we do it. Okay, so one of the tricks is from one of the reactors that I watch, not for One Piece, but just in reactors in general, is I watch a channel called Angelina, and when she's watching things, she cuts the silence between like dialogue. So like everywhere where Arlong stops and the music plays for a few seconds before he starts in on the next monologue, and just smush that together so it all sounds like one cohesive string. That's actually a pretty smart idea. So you can keep all the dialogue that you need for context without where every time you cut and move over to the next part and cut again, it creates a new, I would assume it creates a new point where the third party tool that's looking for copyright basically while it's scrubbing over has to start over again. I assume that's a technique. It seems like it logical to me. But otherwise I like it because I get to keep, the context there. So we'll kind of go from right here. Zoom in on that so we can get even closer detail here. And so it might not even be, uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no, it did it. Did we save? Oh, never mind, it didn't. I thought it was gonna crash again. All right, so we cut that out. We probably saved like a few milliseconds, but like I said, now when we have some flow, it's not bad. It doesn't really interrupt too much. It's not too jarring. And kind of what I've noticed over the last 40 episodes or 40 videos I've been editing is when I'm using like material from the anime, I try to keep it around 10 to 15 seconds before I either mute the audio, mute the video, and just go with full cam and try to keep it around there. It seems like there's a pretty good balance. I know that I got dinged when I did the walk to Arlong Park because I wanted to keep the entirety of it so that you guys could see every moment of it with my reaction to it because it was such an important moment. And YouTube was like, yeah, no. And so I ended up uploading that video twice and cutting little bits here and there out of it. So yeah, this is the fun part, guys, right here. Editing. You thought it was writing wall of text comments back to you? No. It's this. It's listening to a character say the same dialogue 5 times so I can get the timing right on it. And worse, listening to myself 10 times to see if I can cut any parts out to make it sound like I'm smart. This is a very humbling experience for both of us. We're demystifying the legend. We're deconstructing the hero. So we go with that. And then we go. Put that out so we have our dialogue there. See, at least they tried in this one. In the live action, it just kind of made it seem like they rolled over and just took it. So I think what I could do here, like I said, just one of the things that I do is I'll cut this out. We'll mute the anime. And then we'll take off the video here. And this I got from just watching a lot of, is it Nicholas Light TV? Where once you have that, you just do a zoom. So I click to the end of the segmented splice clip. Bring it in a little bit. Match output. There it is. Boom. Editing. In the live action, it just kind of made it seem like they rolled over and just took it. The thing that I always find so funny about this is I have no idea what I'm doing. Like if you've ever seen like Parks and Recreation, Andy Dwyer, there's a scene where he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know that I'm doing it really well. And that's kind of the energy that I have when I'm sitting down and I'm editing videos. It's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but nobody's told me I'm doing a bad job yet. So, and it's kind of looks somewhat like everybody else's videos. So I must be doing okay. All right, so we're 3 minutes into this video. We've taken it down from 1 minute 16 seconds to 1 minute 50, or 1 hour 16 minutes to 1 hour 15 minutes. And so I think we're making pretty good progress. But I'm going to go ahead and call the editing portion for the video right here because it's gonna take too long. Let's move on to something a little more fun, and let's do thumbnails for. We'll do it for this one, and then we'll also go for some of the other episodes that we haven't done yet. So I don't want to spoil too much of my jumbled thoughts. So we'll fire up Photoshop here. Yep, let's do it, and let's get some music going. That way you don't only have to listen to me. All right, let's do it. Oh my goodness. Also, there's something just really almost therapeutic about listening to epic music and designing thumbnails and just like the whole time being able to reflect on how much of an adventure I've been on so far. This will also probably make the things that I say even more epic. So I got that swelling orchestra in the background. Yeah. It'll be good. Okay, let me bring up One Piece here. The irony of showing you me editing thumbnails, but in order for me to do that, I first had to make a thumbnail talking about making thumbnails to put on YouTube so that there was something you could click on. Yep. The irony is not lost on me. Okay. Turn this down just a little bit. That way, if one of you talks, I can hear you. Okay, so let's bring up One Piece from Crunchyroll. Bring that over here. The first thing that we want to do, we're going to episode 40. I can count. Yep, it's right there. Oh, no, sorry, not 40. 41. I can't count. Mute that. All right, are you ready for how to make these thumbnails the Noxiddar way? It's pretty complicated, so pay attention. It goes like this. You start at the bottom, and you scroll along until you see something that might actually work. Wait, is this episode 40? No, this is 41. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Currently drawing a straw hat sticker design amazingly. Nailception. Yes, you're right. Oh, that's kind of cool. And for whatever reason, then I have to usually hit the back arrow. So one of the challenging things I found about trying to do thumbnails for anime is that action scenes don't really translate very well to a thumbnail. It's mostly down to very dramatic poses and trying to make it almost like a movie poster. And that's why I've kind of messed around a little bit with my design of my character. I went for like a portrait style AI so that it kind of had like that movie poster quality to it. And that's really the design elements I try to go to. Fish toes. We should look for fish toes? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I just missed it. Where was it? It's like right here. I saw it in the preview. Yep. So we need to put this in there. Is that what you're saying? Sanji getting kicked? Yeah. Well, here's the tricky thing about this particular video is that it's really 3 episodes. And this is one of those things where I'd like to include design elements of all 3. And so if we kind of think about what's really like the most important thing to pull out from episode 41. You know, I was thinking about that. Like, I looked at a lot of videos. I've looked at videos of channels that are like smaller than mine, right? And they'll post a One Piece reaction, and it's pretty much just like a screen grab, right? Like if I take off the subtitles here, and you were to just take this moment and then put like One Piece and then the number, and then maybe their face is on here, maybe not. And it'll have like a bajillion more views. And I'm like, come on, guys. I'm making like Lord of the Rings style posters. What? Maybe I've tried too hard. There was one that I put up that I actually changed because I put so much time into it while it was zoomed in. And it was a really cool picture. And it was a really awful thumbnail. And I realized it. And it just kind of like, I think it ultimately killed the momentum of the video. My analytics are kind of interesting in that most of my views are coming from returning viewers, not new viewers. And I think if you notice, like on the last few videos, that's why the numbers seem a little bit lower. For whatever reason, the algorithm must have changed or something. Oh yeah, that would be a good... Yeah, actually that would be a pretty good one. You're right. That's coming up here though, isn't it? Perfect. This one's pretty good too. What's nice about this is I can cut out this silhouette and I can resize it. Kind of. I really wish I could see the top of Zoro's head. That would make it a little bit stronger of an element. Thank you. Perfect. We're we are going full Bob Ross here, just having happy little accidents. There we go. So then, boom. We take that, we click drag. We'll drop it in. We'll just kind of see how it looks for overall composition. I'm going to go ahead and hide this. We don't need any of that. So we go ahead and paste it in. And so we could... Another thing that I've been doing is, I'll have to show you the completed picture. We go into our thumbnails here. I actually really like the style choice of the last video that I put up with episode 40, where it almost has kind of like a comic panel style of view. And I almost wonder if I shouldn't go for something similar like that with this one too. Because ultimately, the reason why we're doing episodes 41 to 43 is to show Arlong's defeat. So I really feel like a strong silhouette of Arlong should be front and center for this video. You know what I mean? And so I actually almost want to go back to that picture of him where he's like pointing at the ground or something. Because that was just like a really good hold up. No, not that one. Where is it? Maybe it's after this a little bit? Or maybe I missed it. Like where he's looking all my... Oh, yeah. Oh, that was it. That was the one. Yeah, I like that. Because it's like, it gives that, like, you know, boss fight vibes, right? And then we can take elements from really all three videos around there and do it. I should just, I should put my picture of me just, like, right over his chest. And that way we can have the whole thumbnail for it. Okay, but I think we'll go with this one. So, click right there. We'll just kind of add a few different ideas, and we'll arrive at some form of composition. This one's good for the same reason. I can resize it. There we go. Let's get One Piece back on here with the logo. Wait, where is it? There we go. We'll use the smaller text here. $41. Should I do 41 through 43 like that? Or should I? Yeah, I probably should leave it like that. Am I planning on doing the fillers? So my plan is to do every single episode. And a lot of that is because I don't want to look forward and see what are considered fillers. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to have weird gaps either. It would just make more sense to just go from one video to the next. Drawing Zoro's earrings. Do you post any of these things like on Twitter or anything? Instagram? I want to see some of your drawings. You could always join the Discord too. That'd be cool. I won't stop you. Let's see. All right, so after I kind of have that figured up, let's see if we can actually shrink Arlong a little bit and give us some more visual real estate. But I do like the... Uh-oh. I just noticed it. Did you notice it? We caught this. Press escape to exit full screen. Good job. Good job, Nox. Okay, so we'll wait for that to disappear. There we go. Now do it. Duh. Alright, so we'll delete that. Let's add this. It honestly wouldn't be too bad to have a thumbnail that was kind of just dedicated to Arlong fighting everybody. It's like his fight with Zoro, and although I don't think Sanji really went after him, did he? Cover up the logo here. All right, let's cut this dude out. This is what I mean. This is like super therapeutic. Like really relaxing. This is my favorite part. I just get to unwind and just kind of think about what I'd seen in the episode. Probably just got done editing, to be honest, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a procrastinator. So typically what happens is the night before a video comes out, I'll edit it, and depending on how much time is left, I might just go to bed and then wake up at like 4 a.m. and make the thumbnail. So usually I'm pretty sleepy when I'm making my thumbnails. So being full alert today is kind of it's a new experience. But I want to get better. Like, so my goal is to build a backlog of recordings so that I can build a backlog of uploads on YouTube. And then when the uploads are there, let me ask you guys, since you're here, and I'll probably do a community poll so maybe we can get some more answers. Would you rather that I did more episodes or more videos on our scheduled days, or would you rather I introduce new days with a video on them? Which one would you prefer? I think if we have multiple upload days, like if we have more than 2, I think the channel will grow faster. However, if I do more videos in a day, on a day where this is selected, I don't really have to try to maneuver and find more days to record. So I don't know. I was just curious, see what you guys think of something like that. I do know that I got so excited having a community when I was trying to do gaming content on Twitch and things like that. And members of my Discord will know this. It had always been a struggle of mine because I'm a big variety gamer. And the one thing that always bothered me is I'm like, I don't really have a community. It's like a few people might show up when I play a certain game, and then they just be gone the moment I change something else. And so this is kind of a very unique experience where there's already, you know, that built-in community, and they found me. And so, of course, naturally, I want to do everything I can to impress as many people as possible. So I definitely overextended myself with what I'm, in my current situation, I'm able to kind of do. So if you want me to be honest, where I'm currently at right now, the most comfortable thing would be doing like our Sunday, Thursday videos, but maybe Sunday has 2 separate video uploads, right? So like, because I'm sure some people are perturbed that I'm doing 1 video reactions at a time. So, for example, it'd be like episode 48. We go into Logtown. Would be on Sunday in the morning, my morning. But then maybe like 6 to 12 hours later, I upload episode 49. And so there's 2 videos that day. The nice thing is that people that are watching on days that they're scheduled would know what days those videos are coming. And they don't have to relearn a whole new schedule. I don't know. Just something I was thinking about. Oh, that'll be cool. The recaps in the beginning are long. So it would probably benefit me to watch the recaps, to be honest. But typically what I do is I scan ahead for the title, and then I try to start my reaction from right after the title entrance. So like so I try not to read the title as much as possible. I don't know what happened there. We went a little off the mark there. Just do that. I think I prefer having a more spread out schedule, so I feel twice as excited in a week when videos come up. So like, for example, if I did like if we want even spacing, it would be reintroducing Tuesday like we had before. So there would be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, which means there's not as many days between uploads. I kind of want to keep my weekends open for the most part so that I can do recording as much as possible. I mean, I kind of use Saturday to edit a video, but it's just, it's one video. Okay, so this must be Arlong Park right here. Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure we cut that out. Okay, so yeah, multiple days. Maybe another day that I could do it is I think I would rather ramp up to it. You know what I mean? So like reintroduce Tuesday, so now we're doing 3 videos a week. And still try to build up that backlog, and then when that's high enough, then go to maybe a 4th day. I don't know if I want to go full daily, because that might just be too much. Especially if I want to do any other series outside of One Piece. Because ideally what I'd love to do is, I kind of had a false start with Avatar. Ideally what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some smaller series stuff, so that we can get like completed series up on the channels for people to enjoy. And to be honest, that would probably be the Avatar the live action. So I might hold off on doing anything new until that comes out. Hey, what's up, Skits? How's it going? Thanks, Just. I appreciate that. It should be a good time. I'll do my best to try to edit them and not jibber jabber too much. Have a good time at work. I guess that's what people say. How's it going, Skits? It's so cool to be able to actually talk to people instead of, you know, like we're in the Oregon Trail writing messages back and forth to each other that can take hours or days to have any kind of conversation. All right, looks good. We'll go ahead. We'll make our selection here. I don't think I messed that up. I think we're good. Go ahead and make a copy of that. Boom. Get rid of the background. Look at that. What a Chad. Okay. So now I'm going to shrink it down to about like that, right? So the timestamp for how long the video is will probably be like right around this area. So I want to keep him there. So when we're thinking about like a thumbnail, we'll do that. This is pretty much a no-go, this quadrant right here. If you're ever designing a thumbnail, don't put something small right there. It'll get covered up. The Discord link isn't working. Uh-oh. Okay. I'll tell you what. I will just give you a fresh invite link in the chat. It's so wild having two monitors. I never know where things are going. Invite people. Edit invite link. You never expire. Generate a new link. Oh, maybe I didn't copy it. Oh, shoot. Generate new link. Okay, there we go. Copy. Paste. There we go. There you go. I'm not going to lie. I make a lot of announcements about what I'm going to do. And all my BTS stuff is on my Discord. Occasionally I'll post something in a community notes. But I really want to use the community notes area like sparingly. I don't want to just constantly post updates there. But like when I'm sick and stuff, that's probably where I'll tell you is Discord. I will say, even though it really sucked in terms of, it probably hurt a lot of the overall viewership we've had. I do think for me, just from like mentally being able to recharge myself while being sick and kind of being away from the reactions, really did help kind of reinvigorate me coming back to it. Yeah, there we go. Welcome aboard, everybody. So I might do this as like maybe a once a month kind of thing where we just get together and I make thumbnails, although I'm not making a thumbnail very fast. Does this work with our... Oh yeah, that's beauty fish right there. Look at that. That is some Brian Regan beauty fish. Okay. Okay, so now what I think we do is we'll go back to this image. Once I select it. I think it would work. Make it blend with his current outfit. See, the problem is that I think that purple on purple is going to be too hard to see. It's a cool idea. What if I flip it, though? Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. This almost makes it look like it's part of his existing shirt. Yeah, that'll work. So we kind of do something like that. The next thing we need to do, we need to come up. Oh, that's a good idea. Actually, that would be a really cool idea just as an overall design. So that would be, what, 43? I'll skip our intro here. I will, like, no spoilers, but this part actually affected me quite a bit. A lot more than I thought it would. I thought I was just getting, like, a cool fight scene. And all of a sudden, there's, like, this real human emotions happening. And I'm like, dang, this is good. All right, let's see. Where does it fall? Oh, that would be so good. Not necessarily this one, but... Yeah! Oh, that's such a good idea. That is such a good idea. And so we have, like, Arlong in front of it. Ooh. Yeah, maybe that's all we need. That'd be a good title too, just Arlong Park Falls. Just like that. Alright, let's try it behind it. I kind of want to... Oh, okay. So this is the tricky part because I almost want to flip it. And the reason why is that this space is pretty much going to be my head. And so I kind of want to get the crack in there. And you know, thankfully you can't read too many letters, so oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. I like that. We'll put a little bit of a drop shadow on Arlong too. To kind of help him pop against the background there. So we'll put some spread on that. Put some size, darken it just a little bit. This is using global, isn't it? Honestly, that's kind of where I wanted it. Oh, actually, no, we should go the opposite way. Should be -90. There we go. So that way it's going up. A little more spread, a little less size. Make it a little less distance there. I think that's pretty good. Neat vision. Yeah, like this, honestly, this is my favorite part of doing the whole process is just coming up with like taking the existing elements and telling the story with them. You know, I think some people, when they do thumbnails, and the sad thing is that they're probably more effective than mine. They'll just take a screen grab, put it up, and throw up, you know, some text with the number and stuff, and then that's good. But, like, I always want mine to tell some form of a story. And so they'll never be the most efficient thumbnails, but they'll be ones that I'm always, like, proud of. I wonder if Arlong... Okay, so like a YouTube thumbnail is gonna be right about this big, right? I wonder if Arlong needs to be a little bigger. So I'm gonna actually make a copy so I don't have to figure out what size he was a second ago. If I go for bigger Arlong, maybe like that, where you get the idea that he's watching it fall. Then he looks a little more distressed at what he's seeing too. So this is from Epidemic Sound. They do like a lot of the royalty-free music you hear on YouTube. So I have a whole YouTube playlist that I put together of just epic music. I wonder though, since we moved Arlong over. Wait a minute, isn't there a shot of Luffy from behind standing there all bloody? Because we could put Luffy behind him, and if we make him small enough, it's like he's watching Arlong Park fall too. Let me see. Oh yeah, we're we're like making an AMV right now. I think he has another one though. Because it was I think it was the thumbnail for this episode on Crunchyroll. Maybe it happens earlier. Interesting. $14.37. Don't let me forget that. Okay. Yeah. Where's this scene where he's got his hat on? He's got like the blood dripping down his arm. Where's that one at? If he's got his... He's got his hat on there. Does it happen before this? Got his hat on here. I could just get him giving Nami a high five. Wouldn't that be something? I almost feel like I need to watch this episode again. Okay, so it's not there. So where does... Oh! Just lucked my way across it. Hey, what's up, Phantom? How you doing? I'll just try it. I'm not married to this idea. We'll see if it works. It might not. It might be too much. It might cover up too much. It might just need Arlong watching Arlong Park fall. That might just be enough, to be honest. But let's see how it goes. Kind of figure out what size Luffy needs to be. Maybe a little bit bigger, and then we'll like just kind of combine them like this. Yeah, that might work. Smaller than Arlong. True. The problem is if I make him too much smaller, then we're going to have like this weird gap from his side to here. So this might work as is. I'm going to try it from right here. So I'll go ahead and make a copy just in case I have Biff on this. Can I add this back? There we go. Okay, I couldn't figure out where it went. I'll try a different playlist. I'll try like my rock music playlist. Let's try that. Epic music's good, but after a while, it kind of all just blurs together, you know? Alright, this isn't it. Let's try this one. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Have anything planned for the holidays? So one of the perks of working at a public school is I have about 2 weeks off. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to record the hell out of One Piece. We're going to start catching up to some of these other creators, yeah? You know, my goal is always to be a lot farther ahead of the recordings than I am. And, you know, and not worrying so much about where my uploads are. Turn that down a little bit. And so that's kind of the part that really kicked me in the pants earlier when I got sick is I was hoping to have a bunch of recordings so that even when I was sick, you would never have known it because I would have just been editing videos instead of recording. But I kind of warm... it was like the perfect storm of unforeseen circumstances because I was uploading 4 videos a week and it was bleeding through all of my backlog of recordings that I had. And the problem that I was running into is I spent more time editing than I did recording, to the point where then when I got sick and I had no recordings and I had already used up all my editing, I went like the channel basically just died for like 3 weeks. And I'm like, I don't want to do that again. So that is one of the things I hope to do over these the winter break. And then summer, oh man, summer. I don't know how much I'll be able to do, but I'm gonna build a routine where I'm basically recording every day and then doing edits and stuff later. And so we'll probably do a lot more of these kind of streams where it's just chilling and making thumbnails. And, you know, I like that this is kind of a collaborative effort too. I'll be sure to put that in the note, you know, that, you know, this thumbnail for this video was kind of done as a community-wide effort for the people that showed up at the stream. Which is pretty cool. I really love the collaborative process that live streaming can give. And I think it's also really helpful because I get a viewer's perspective too, you know? Yeah, it's so much fun. No, I'm the one that appreciates it. But I think that we'll trend towards... So here's the cool part. So let me go to my recordings and I'll show you. So right now I'm 7 videos ahead. I'm recording tomorrow's video, which will go live the 17th. And then right here I have 3 weeks worth of videos if we're sticking to Sundays and Thursdays. So here's like Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. So we have the 17th, then we have the 24th, 31st, and what's the one after that? The 7th of January. We have videos all the way through that. So that'll carry me through my entire Christmas break. So one of the first things I'll do is I'll go ahead and upload all the videos for what I've recorded right there, so I can just spend like 2 weeks recording. And the nice thing is all the videos will be ready. They'll go up on time, and probably starting in that new year, maybe that week of the 7th, we'll throw in a video starting on Tuesdays. I'll do that for a little bit. And I'll try to communicate better if I feel like I'm able to keep up with it. Okay, so we've reached Arlong. Nice. I'm really hoping that this size kind of works. But like I said, I'm not necessarily married to keeping Luffy on it. Although it does seem kind of important. He is the one that defeated Arlong. Should we try to mix filters? So in some of my, I guess if you want to call them avatar shots, I'd been doing like me in like the pirate AI kind of outfits. And then I transitioned into more like portrait style. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I kind of like it because it gives it more of like a movie poster vibe. But there's nothing that says we couldn't combine the two, to be honest. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of that background. This is kind of neat because it really does look like Luffy's just admiring his handiwork. It's like, yeah, I did that. Let's give him a drop shadow as well. Gonna get me in an AI Luffy. So I was just talking about that. The app that I use to do the AI images, it has Luffy. Unfortunately, it's Gear 5 Luffy, which I think would be kind of weird posting that variant of Luffy. So I could do it like Usopp, where I don't know if I can make this one, this one on stream. You know, because Luffy's kind of bare chested apart from his vest. So I couldn't really walk you through that design implement where I just took a picture of myself bare chested and then I was like, put a vest on. It uses like this lasso tool and I just lasso around the area and then I would type like red vest or something like that. Red sleeveless vest. And then add the straw hat or something like that. I might try it with like his Hawaiian shirt. That could be pretty cool. Like he did with his outfit variant from the cover art. Yeah. I might try that. That one will just take a while to make. So the other ones, apart from Usopp, it was kind of already just built in, and I just chose the best one. I'll walk you through that whole process when we get to it right here, and you guys can help me choose a picture to use for the next one. And we'll put a bow on this, I think, because I actually kind of like having Luffy there. Let's see how it looks. I mean, he has such a distinguished look to him. I actually don't think that's too bad. Can you see it when I zoom out that far? I have to, hold on, I have to wait for my own live stream to catch up. Okay. I actually don't think that's bad. I think that works pretty well, actually. To be honest, it'd probably be a little more like that. Window and window and window makes it pretty small. That's fair. Doesn't this... I thought this had like a thumbnail function. Whatever. I'm gonna have to tilt my phone sideways. Oh, oh no, I hope it don't fall off. Nah, you should be alright. I think we're gonna go back to the epic music. I've learned that listening to metal music while working on art makes me feel anxious, like I need to hurry up. I've recently switched to listening to podcasts when I mow the lawn for that same reason. I really butcher my yard when I'm listening to like fast music. Instead, I just listen to Joe Rogan talk about DMT and deer elk, and I have a nice cut every single time. I'll turn this up a little bit. All right. I've also been listening to this podcast about UFOs and like people's encounters with them and stuff. I really love paranormal things. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Okay. Should I go with a... Should I take a new picture right here? I said new. No D at the end, alright? Feel like I gotta articulate in case the music drowned it out. Alright. I'll go ahead and snap a picture here. I'll be like a valley girl for a second. What kind of face should I make? Should I make like a fish face? I feel like I have to do closed mouth stuff because my face like morphs so much when I open my mouth. Okay, hold on. Let me think. So Yeah, let's not do that. I know, we'll go wide-eyed, yeah, like that. Let me see. That's actually not bad. That's not terrible. The microphone's in it, so I don't know what that's going to do for AI, though. Can I switch? Let me try it a little more traditional. I'm going to get the mic out of the way. No, that looks like... That's what I look like when I start getting sleepy. Hold on. Alright, alright. Oh no, it's AI. I can't do anything with my hand. It'll go weird. What is this? This is like pensive. You know what? Close enough. We'll let the AI do all the heavy lifting here because my face won't. All right, here it is. There it is. Okay, so here's the image. Save that. All the scattered dust and particles and stuff on my shirt. Why not? Let me change scenes here so we can get a better reaction. Whoa, what are you doing? Bit of cam. There we go. Can you see that? Or is it being like weird? It looks like it's flashing on my end. It's cursed. It's even worse. I thought this would work a lot better. What if I get really cool? Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just got to tilt it like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Yeah, light ring's popping off. I eventually got the angle though, so. So the problem, the reason why I'm trying to show it on the webcam is because I actually, I send it to Facebook, and I don't want to accidentally dox people I know in real life. That would be not very cool. Facebook is basically my Google Drive. Sometimes I accidentally send it to my mom, and she's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Work." Okay. All right, so the next thing I need to do... Actually, I wonder if I can do it here. Nah. Nah, I'll do it on this. Okay, so it's... I think that sideways angle, though, will work. You might need to let the broadcast catch up a little bit. Okay, so we got our picture. I'm going to go into the app. It's called AI Mirror. There might be better ones, but at the time, I found this one to be the most, like, user-friendly, and it made the best images. So then I used this one called Pirate Tail. They have a One Piece, like, anime filter, but for whatever reason with my face, it makes something that looks nothing like me. Otherwise, I just make myself as an anime character. We'll go ahead. We'll choose this one. 9:16. So here it is in the actual app. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? That's not in the app. There you go. I have to look on this. Yeah, okay. There we go. Is that actually what's causing the distress? Is the ring light? Let me try turning it off. Does this work better? Oh, this, yeah, that's what it was. No. It's better though. Okay. I think it'll be interesting to see what the AI can do in like the next 2-3 years, right? Like think about like all the TikTok trends. I was making TikTok trends earlier this summer, and the AI that these apps can do now versus what the TikTok AI filters were doing even just 6 months ago is like night and day. It's crazy. Speaking of, okay, so we got the picture put in. I'm gonna go for 50%, so it's gonna draw the image as a pirate. And 50%, maybe if I just turn down the light instead of turning it off. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's scanning. And there we have it, our first pirate image. Let me get a little closer. A little out of focus. Hello? There we go. Oh, I had it a second ago. Really scary in your... So... It's kind of like... Probably when the prevalence of, like, say, digital art came out. I think that it would have been... You know, going for a straight substitute, basically people looked at it and they were like, they're like, this is good, but it lacks that, you know, traditional handcrafted feel to it. So I think using AI art as a tool and not as a whole substitute. And I think one of the hidden blessings is the fact that AI cannot draw hands, which, you know what? Same. I'm on that same level. All right, so I'm looking through this, and it's giving me really weird hats. So I'm going to... Let's go 100%. Let's just full send it, and let's see what the AI does here. I'm not going to show these because they were, like, really dumb hats. Not even cool pirate hats. And what I might have to do is I might have to... We'll try this first. All that's left is to... Oh, you want me to make myself Luffy? Weird. I don't know what it's doing, but it almost like started turning me into Buggy in this one. Look at this. What's up with that? I don't know why it keeps giving me a hat. It's... I don't know. I think what we might have to do is use the other filter first and see if we can get a better pirate. So the other filter that I use, and I'll show you some examples of what that looks like. I've been using them on the last few of them. I think this one, this video is popping off, but to be fair, it's like a really cool moment, and of course you can't see it. So this is kind of what I mean by, like, it's like a portrait style, and it gives it almost like that movie poster, like, restoration kind of look, where you can see it looks almost painterly. I really like that. It's a good halfway between myself being animated and it's still looking like me and not like the AI was like, well, this guy is not photogenic. Let's just do something different. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna try. This is actually, believe it or not, what I use on this one is a cyberpunk filter. Yeah, I actually had a hard time. I tried several different compositions because I really wanted Nami to be the kind of like center image, but everything that they showed of Nami was such an extreme close-up like that ultimately I settled on this, and I do think that this kind of made it a good composition because it has the two biggest moments in the episode, right? And that's something that really surprised me, was that we had Nami's Taskete, but then we also had the walk to Arlong Park within the same episode. For some reason, I was thinking these were two different sequences playing out. And so the fact that they were all the same was pretty wild, to be honest. So yeah, I used a cyberpunk AI to create this. And so, like, I redid the first thumbnail. I almost want to revisit that one, too. This one was great. Look at my eyes are kind of, like, whacked out. Looks like I'm on drugs. Maybe that's why the V is slowed down. They're like, I don't want to watch this guy on drugs. Watch this. Also, I don't know why I included that, to be honest. Oh, you can't see me. There we go. Holy buckets! Look what it did to my face! So the picture that we just had, and this is what it was like, yeah, let's do this. This is the look. That's the one. That's the ticket. Do I go, maybe if I go like, holy cow, it's cursed. All right, there we go. Oh, turn it away. Good call. It's good. It's a little too pink. There's a little bit of Pepto-Bismol going on here. But I think the composition for the face looks better. For whatever reason, I'm a pale, pasty Irish guy. So, well, I'm not from Ireland, but it's my heritage. And so sometimes the funny thing that I always notice about these AI filters is that it gives me more of a flesh tone instead of like a poltergeist. Like I wander around like. So that's why I always have different complexions in every picture, is trying to figure out, it's like, how do I make this dude look human? Okay. I don't know what percentage I set this at. I almost kind of want to just leave it like full cyberpunk style. Are there any good sci-fi anime that I could watch and react to that I could actually use this to its full advantage? Like when I look at something like this, I think of like, wasn't there that movie, there's the Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which I hear is pretty good. I haven't watched it myself. Wasn't there like a movie like Akira or something? Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool looking. All right. That was at 40%. I think we need to back this off to like 20%. A lot of pink and purple. Yeah, so the cyberpunk filter is like a neon pink. And you can see that that's kind of like a little bit of the shading that they did here on... Oh, no, you can't see it. Here on the cheek, as it were, on the side of the cheek right there. And so it's really trying to find that balance between, like, being semi-portrait and also being slightly stylized. The other thing is that a lot of it gets covered up, to be honest. It's like we'll probably just be using my neck and head, kind of like this one. 20% didn't get the job done. So let's go somewhere else. And the sad thing is, it's almost time for me to go have dinner with my folks. It's the nice thing about living in a small town in the middle of nowhere. I have a free restaurant I can go to for a free meal. It's called my folks' house. Edge Runners, yeah. I don't know. Is it a longer series? Like I said, I want to do some like shorter stuff. There we go. Turn this back up. Okay, this is so much better. This is a little more natural. I wonder if some of the pink and purple is actually because of this light over here when I took the image. I'll bet you anything that's probably true. Yeah, that's like in that realm of, oh hey, this looks like you, but not exactly, with, I don't know, stage makeup on. All right, so that was 10%. Let me try 15. We'll try 15. And then we'll go ahead and call it. I think this was a very successful first design element stream. We edited 3 minutes of a 1 hour, 15-minute video. And we put Arlong and Luffy and cut them out. Kindergartners don't even accomplish as much as we did with safety scissors. This is pretty good, actually. 15%. I think it's the sweet spot. I'll find the image real quick, and then we'll just slap it in. It did. It changed the orange to pink. This one's orange. Let's go with this one. We'll save that. Save it. Go to Facebook Messenger. Message one of my fellow coworkers on accident. Yeah, we'll send that. 10 episodes? That's not bad. 10 episodes, I could do impressive feats, right? I didn't do much either. No, it's all good. I mean, the whole point of this necessarily isn't so that I'm super efficient at what I do. It's really just to have a touch point to hang out with you guys in the community beyond just doing the comments in the videos, which is awesome, by the way. I love doing that. It gives me something to do on my lunch break too. Honestly, I think you've accomplished more than I have, Shadow. Let's see. Facebook, you sent a photo. There it is. So you should be able to see it here pretty soon. There you go. Except I'm going to be blocking it with my camera. I'm going to move my camera Yeah, I'll move it right here for right now. Even though it's kind of backwards. Because I usually I always try to like look this way so that it looks like I'm looking at the thing I'm reacting to. So once you put it on that side of the screen, the illusion is gone. Okay, add this in behind Luffy so that Luffy's kind of covering up right there. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's like I'm looking at Arlong Park get destroyed. Although my eye looks kind of crazy right there. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. What happened? This must be like the reflection of the computer screen or something. Get the clone stamp tool. Make sure we're doing this right. Grab that. Oh no, it's like a glass eye. That's worse. Oh, that's better. You know what? Let's just go with a crazy eye. Yeah. Why not? There it is. What if oh, you know what? What if I take from this eye? Maybe that would be better. We're gonna make a copy before I start playing Frankenstein again. Hey, what's up, Lonely Mage? Give yourself an eye patch. Not a terrible idea. But then people will think I actually injured myself. You'd be surprised. What if I just transplant the entire eye right here? Why does it look worse? This is fine. You know what? Okay, hold on. We can fix this. We'll just add more to it. Oh no. Okay. This is fun. Bigger. Maybe that's our problem. We just need the whole. Oh wait. Wait. White them both out and make them glow. Yeah, I might need to at this point. That was close. Let's, you know, really, that was wait. Almost. Listen, I don't think anyone's going to see it as close as I got it zoomed. So, like, from a distance, that's probably good enough. I'm not going to lie. That's probably good enough. Okay, we'll cut this bad boy out. And then we will probably call this a successful, moderately successful, semi-successful. We're going to call this a thing that happened. And you know what the great thing is I actually thought I would be getting multiple thumbnails done, and then I would have to record a bunch of episodes. But what I didn't count on is the fact that I am easily distracted, even by myself. So I still have tons of episodes that I can make thumbnails for. So maybe we just do this stream again. We'll meet back here another day, maybe tomorrow even. I don't know. As long as I have part of the day to focus on doing the reaction part, I think I'd like to do that. We'll see. Sure. We'll cut out enough, just enough. Yeah. Because I feel like now I've got the nervous jitters out of the way, where it's like, well, now people can actually talk with me. I can talk to them like a normal person, instead of feeling like I gotta qualify everything with a reason. I'm the way I am because, you see, in the year of 2001, it was a cold, frosty February in the Midwest, and I had to go on stage. Oh, I think I went too far in. I'm pretty sure that's hair. I could be wrong. It could be, I don't know, a cat or something too. We'll just call that good. That's probably good enough. Yeah. Nailed it. Make the selection. Copy it out. Get rid of the background. Wait, what happened? Oh, there's two of them. That's why. Okay. My hair's kind of purple. That's cool. Yeah, I want it to look like I'm watching the Arlong Park actually falling in. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's call that 41 through 43 thumbnail. Now I actually have to make the video. That's the hard part. There it is. Nice, we did it. We did a thing tonight. We'll go ahead and we'll save that for the web. We will save this as OP41.42. Well, that says 21. 42.43. There it is. We did it, everybody. All right, I'll turn the camera back on so you can see me. Wait, I've been here the whole time? Never mind. Go over to this. I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. And as for me, I actually have to work. So this was a fun distraction. I think that's gonna be just fine. That's such a good idea though, with showing Arlong Park falling in the background. And it makes sense, right? Because, yeah, no, it's perfect. The whole point of the 3-episode reaction here is it's the end of Arlong Park. So, yeah, that should be the focus. Dang, I got like the crazy ass stare here. That's pretty cool. All right, there it is. I'm happy with that. Yeah. People will be like, why's your hair pink, purple? Because everything on the internet is real. So, everybody knows that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. And so, like I said, I'm going to just make a note and say this was a community-made effort right here. And I think it turned out great. So, with that being said, I'm heading out. I'm going to get some, what do you call it? Food. Yeah. And that'll be a good one. So, I'll see you all tomorrow when the episode goes live. Knock on wood. That's plastic. It'll work. This is Noxiddar out. Have a good one. Shoot. Well, this is awkward. Normally I just edit this part out.